Homeowners, this incredible tip is just for you. If you owe less than $331,760 on your home and you haven't missed a single mortgage payment in 6 months, you have to check out Congress's mortgage stimulus.
Protesters were met with heavy police presence in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, where the family of Dante Wright says he was shot by police after a traffic stop.
He was only 20 years old. He and I don't want all of this. I just want my baby home. That's all I want. I want him to be home. I don't want everybody out here chanting and screaming and yelling. I just want him home.
Wright's mom said she called him as he was being pulled over in a car the family had given him weeks earlier, according to the New York Times.
I said, well, why did you get pulled over? He said they pulled him over because he had air fresheners hanging from the rearview mirror.
According to a statement from Brooklyn Center Police, officers stopped an individual after determining the driver had an outstanding warrant. When they tried to make an arrest, the driver got back in the car and drove away. An officer shot at the car, hitting the driver, and the car crashed into another vehicle several blocks away.
I get here, and there's a car accident, and my son's laying on the ground.
Minnesota's governor says he's closely monitoring the situation and praying for Wright's family, quote, as our state mourns another life of a black man taken by law enforcement. The shooting comes partway through the trial of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin in the death of George Floyd.
Hey, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai Bashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the elders, the apostles of the great millstone. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is a quick lesson through the Spirit. It's titled What We Know. Ex-Officer Kim Potter, released on a $100,000 bond, faces second-degree manslaughter, charging Dante Wright's death, which technically should be first-degree murder. If you saw the video, you can tell that it was a deliberate attempt, but as we like to say, the pale-faced male or the pale-faced people are the problem of the earth. And it's coming, and people are really coming into grips with that for those of us that's in to know. Because I notice how once a Jake gets killed by the cops or once a Jake is convicted of certain crimes, a lot of times they try to slander Jake and throw his name in the mud by bringing up his criminal history, his criminal past. But yet the Edomite gets a pass, all right? No matter how many bodies or how many misconduct charges that they may have on them, as a people, they tend to get a pass by the populace. Why? Because that whole term, black and white, you see, that's a play on people's emotions and words. Black means bad or demonic or evil or unknown, while white represents purity. Like if you look at angel cake and devil cake, what color is devil cake? It's brown or black. And angel cake is white. And if you pay attention to the Mormon doctrine, they consider the people with dark skin that have the curse of Cain, or to be the wicked ones. When in fact, having dark skin is actually a good thing because you're melanated. You know what I mean? So it says here, Brooklyn Center, Minneapolis, or Minnesota. It says here, Kim Potter, the officer who fatally shot Dante Wright at a traffic stop in Michigan suburb, is a 26-year-old veteran of the Brooklyn Center Police Department. It says Potter was arrested Wednesday and charged with second-degree manslaughter, officials said. Washington County Attorney Pete Orford issued a news release which details from the criminal complaint. And look at this demon, man. You can clearly see that she has a demonic spirit on her. Like, it's nothing for her to kill a man of color. It's nothing to a person like this because this is their history. This is their nature. You see what I'm saying? This is the history that they've had. So reading on, it says here, it says the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension said Potter was arrested Wednesday morning, but Potter posted a $100,000 bond Wednesday evening, and it was released from the Hibbing County Jail. Online record shows. So if you can get a $100,000 bond for killing somebody, then hey, that's a light sentence because catching a drug charge is fucking $1 million bond or something to that degree, 150,000 bond. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's a hefty charge, and based on the type of bonds you get, you can kind of tell what the charges or the time you'll be facing because they classify bonds by particular categories of offenses. But it says she is scheduled for an initial court appearance on Thursday afternoon, but if the court find if found guilty, Potter faces up to 10 years in prison and a $20,000 fine according to Minnesota law. But somehow she can, wiggle herself out of the out of this situation because the scriptures go into they're not in trouble as other men, and that's actually one in the book of Job too. It says, but the former police chief Tim Gannon, who resigned Tuesday, said he believed Paula mistakenly reached for a firearm instead of her taser when she shot Wright, a 20-year-old black man. Dude wasn't even legal during a traffic stop on Sunday. Porter, who was white, which she's not white, she's an Edomite, man, all right? She's red. And you know what's so funny? Because we had like a little company gathering today, had a little barbecue and stuff at work, so we was sitting with this Edomite dude, man, and one of the Jakes like, man, is this hamburger done? Because this shit is kind of squishy. And it was an Edomite, of course, cooking the damn food, so Jake was over there trying to season it on the law. So basically, the Edomite dude that was sitting with us, he said, how do you eat your steaks? And me and the Jake looked at him like, we eat our shit well done. It was 3 Jakes at the table, 1 Edomite. And we looked at his ass like, we eat our shit well done. He was like, what do you mean, well done? Y'all don't like, I like a little bit of blood in mine. And he got to asking every Edomite in the shed how they like their steaks and shit. And most of the Edomites said they like it with blood in it, which proves that they not us. You see what I'm saying? That's another thing to prove who the people are. Just little clues like that give you some type of clarification on who the people really are, For those of you simpletons out there like Vocab, that guy is completely out of his damn mind, because he's all over the place with that replacement theology BS. But anyway, it says here, our taser who shot Wright, a 20-year-old black man, during a traffic stop on Sunday. Potter, who is red or Edomite, also resigned Tuesday, so she quit. It says intent isn't a necessary component for second-degree manslaughter in Minnesota, but the charge can be applied in circumstances where a person is suspected of causing death by culpable negligence that creates an unreasonable risk and consciously take chances to cause the death of a person. All right, so basically, in many cases, they can say, well, she intended on doing it, but she, whichever comes first. Through the spirit, man, this is the type of hatred they got for Jake, man. So, anyway, let's get this. What's up? Yeah, I did, but I'm on the phone real quick, bro. I'm gonna holler at you in a minute. But yeah, they cut it today. It wasn't deposited. They just distributed the paper. They said it won't be like that until a couple more weeks. No, 2 weeks. It was a full. Nah, just 2. All right, so this is, and that's the shit I'm talking about, man. But this is the book of Psalm 73:3. It says, "For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked." All right, so you have to understand that these Edomites are in their power, and that's the spirit. That was the Edomite dude that said he liked the blood in his steaks. That was him right there that came up. It's a Lord code. But it says, "For as I envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked," it says, "For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm." That's right, because their power structure. This is Babylon the Great. This is their rulership. It says, "For they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men." All right. So my thing is, you killed somebody, whether it was intentional or not. This couldn't be a Jake that did it, because they'd get hit with the first degree. And the fact you had a $100,000 bond off killing a Jake shows you that there's no remedy for them killing us. But anyway, it says Wright's family have called for Potter to be held accountable and said they cannot accept police account of the incident as an accident, right? Because if you look at the video, she had the gun in her hand like a whole 15 to 20 seconds. You're gonna look at it. You can tell the difference between a banger and a taser, But it says the Hennepin County attorney turned the case over to Orput's office per an agreement among prosecutors in that area to refer cases of police use of deadly force to other officers. But Potter is now being represented by Earl Gray, an attorney who also represents Thomas Lane, a former Minneapolis police officer charged with aiding and abetting second-degree murder and manslaughter in the death of George Floyd. So, what a coincidence! The two kind of matches up. It kind of connects. So the pale-faced male with the pale-faced people are the problem on the earth. He's the cancer of the earth, okay? He's the wicked. So it says here, Potter resigned in the best interest of the community, the letter says, but in a paragraph resignation letter, Potter says she loved her job and felt compelled to step down. She said, I love every minute of being a police officer and serving the community to the best of my ability. But it says here, but I believe it is in the best interest of the community and the department and my fellow officers that I resign immediately, Potter wrote. And that's when the scripture is going to, they humble themselves, though they humble themselves. Take heed of him, because, you know, at the moment that you don't take heed, they'll bounce up and bite you. So this is a step of fake humility, but reality of it is we know that she's not sorry for what she did. All right, so it says Potter, which is 48, began working in Brooklyn Center in 1995, according to the Star Tribune, and she was named president of the Brooklyn Center Police Officers Association in 2019. So they're basically trying to give you her good deeds. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to give her good deeds of what she allegedly did. But if this was Jake, then, you know, they would have been laying out the man's criminal history. It would show you the hypocrisy of Esau. But anyway, just read again. It says, they are not in trouble as other men. In Salaki, I'm kind of rushing, I'm at work. It says, neither are they plagued like other men. So therefore, pride compassed them about as a chain, and violence covered them as a garment. Okay? So that's all in their nature. If they have a reason to do violence or wickedness, they're going to do so. Why? Because that's in their nature to do it. All right, for those of you that don't understand a pale-faced male or woman, they're the problem of the earth. It says their eyes stand out with fatness, and they have more than a heart can wish. Because you looking at these devils, man, they get a slap on the wrist. They don't go to jail. Senators, and, you know, they all into a type of extortion. You know, like governors of these states, they do all types of evilness, and yet they get slaps on the wrist. But yet Jake gets shot for fucking jaywalking, man. You know. This is ridiculous. It says, and they are corrupt, and they speak wickedly concerning oppression. Oh, we ain't oppressed you guys. Y'all guys ain't oppressed. You got the same opportunity we got. Bullshit. And it says, and they speak loftily, and they set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walking through the earth. Right? Their mouth is talking shit about the Most High, about his men, and their tongue walking through the earth, going into the news. Forecasters, you know, they're trying to spin a narrative, because allegedly when they brought out this story in this case, the news anchorman, what they would try to do is deviate the facts. You know, they try to bring out the good deeds she's done. But like I said, if it was Jake, they bring out all the negative shit they've done. It don't matter if he was in college, he had a football scholarship, a student had a 3.7 GPA, you know, good job, etc. Anyway, with that, part two.